Hi, my name is Jonathan Lewis, and I'm a student at Whitman Hanson Regional High School. As part of Whitman's 150th anniversary celebration, we are speaking with longtime Whitman residents. Today we have Richard Tingblad. Hello, Richard.
Hello.
Where did your family live when you were born?
The same place that I live now, which is very rare, I know, but we've always lived in Whitman, on Alden Street, in the part that is called Skunk Hollow. My father built the house.
Is that neighborhood the same as it was when you were a child?
It actually is. There have been a few new houses. I know I can look at a house and I can say, well, these lived here, and then these people lived here, and then these people live here now. So essentially it's the same. There's just a few new houses, nothing else any different.
It's like some new people coming in and out.
Yeah, they stay for a few years. We got very good neighbors, so very nice. We all know each other.
That's nice. What generation are you as a Whitman resident?
3. My mother's parents came here from Marshfield when they were just married in 1898 to make shoes.
Is that shoe business like still here today, or?
Well, the town was shoe factories back in the day. It was the Commonwealth and the Regal and the Shank Shop and the Tag Factory. Tag Factory is still going. And I guess you could make better money coming to Whitman to make shoes, because mostly everybody made shoes in those days, here and in Brockton.
Yeah. All right. Remembering your school days, what comes to mind as an important event for the children of Whitman during that time?
Wow, important event for the children of Whitman when I was in school. I'm 77, by the way, so it's a long time ago in a galaxy far away. Okay, important event for the children of Whitman. Wow. I can't think of anything particularly important. We had a good life. Everything was happy. We played we played outside. There were no computers. Nobody knew what was, well, there was a computer at MIT that was fit into the library here, possibly. And we played our games, and us kids, we weren't afraid of anything, although I suppose the parents were worried about the Cold War, but we didn't worry about that. Kids don't worry about things, thank God. You know, the shoe factories closed, and that was big because it affected your parents if they worked there. Every morning and every afternoon, the shoe factories would sound a whistle to let the workers know there was time to get to work, and best of all, when it was time to go home. And so we lost that. We didn't hear that anymore. Things changed, yes, but I can't remember any particularly outstanding event beyond that affected the children. If my wife can, she can give me a hand signal. No, okay.
All right then. Which school did you attend?
I started out in, as I call it, the dear old Park Avenue School, where I spent 3 years. And then I went to the Gurney School, which is still there, but I think it's called Mary Deb now. And I was there for a couple of years. Then I went to We called it junior high school at the school where the police station now is. That had been the second high school in the town. And the first high school in the town is on South Avenue. It is now a condominium. My mother graduated from there in 1927. So I went to what we would have called the Holt School, the junior high, and then I came to what was Whitman Hanson Regional. The first year it was open, not this one, not this glorious place, but a nice little two-story building that would be out in where the playing field is now, and I graduated from there in 60 years ago, 1965.
What was your favorite subject?
Excuse me?
What was your favorite subject?
English.
English.
Yeah. Mostly I didn't like school at all, which is strange because after that I became a high school teacher in Brockton for 40 years.
What did you do in your free time? What modern items do you remember being introduced during your lifetime?
What did I do in my free time? My buddies and I would go off in the morning, go out into the woods, take along an apple, take along a sandwich. We'd be gone all day. And eventually our mothers would be heard calling us from far away. And also we played various sorts of games that no one's heard of anymore, and played a little baseball, but not in an organized fashion, and played board games, whatever the heck those are. Yeah, that's what we like to do. What modern items do I remember being introduced? Most of them, I would say. Okay. Let's see. Jet planes, automatic transmissions, color TV. We went from the telephone that you picked up the receiver and said, I would do this. I'd like to talk to Hattie Sears, please. She's my grandmother. And the operator, of course, when you picked it up, the operator would say, number, please. And if you didn't know that, you could just say the person you wanted to talk to, and you'd like to talk to your grandmother. And later on, we had dial phones. I remember when the telephone man came and showed my mother and I how to run the dial phone, and after that it went to push button phones. You didn't own them. You had one. It was black. It was attached to the wall. You had to talk to it where you were. That was a big one. What else was introduced? Computers. We talked about that already. And the favorite of all people now, the dear old cell phone. And let me see, what else did we have? Electric power tools. My dad would have liked that. He was a carpenter, but he didn't have power tools. Washing machines. Well, my grandmother had a washing machine, but it had a wringer on it. When the clothes came out wet, you ran it through the wringer and you turned the crank. Yeah. That's probably about it. Most anything that you want to look at and think is really great, we didn't have.
Wow. What was your favorite invention?
My favorite invention? Oh, wow. Let me say. Favorite invention. I'm going to go with color TV.
Color TV.
Color TV is cool.
It must have changed, like before it was black and white and then like it instantly changed to color. Well, not instantly.
Well, my uncle Albert, he had a TV store. They used to fix them in those days. You didn't throw it out and buy a new one. And they had tubes in them that heated up. We had to have a fan inside our TV he put in because the tubes would cause it to smoke. And the thing was huge, and the screen was like this. And Uncle Albert had the first color TV that I knew about, and we would all go to his house on Sunday night to watch Walt Disney. Also on New Year's Day to watch the Tournament of Roses parade in color. Wow. Yeah, it was a long time before my father were able to get us a color TV. Yeah, I'm going to go with TV as my favorite invention.
Color TV?
Yeah.
What Whitman historical event, person, or personal experience is your favorite since living in Whitman?
What Whitman historical event, personal event? Okay, so this is going to be the 150th anniversary. I remember, well, the lovely parade for the 100th anniversary of the town. and the things that, programs and the things that went on in the town hall. And I remember it quite well, although it was 50 years ago. Yeah, I think that was about it. Whitman usually stays out of trouble, so there's no great historical events that happen in Whitman, thank God.
Oh. What building and / or business do you miss the most from Whitman and why?
Oh. Well, can I name two?
Sure. Yeah.
Number one is the Toll House. Although you could seldom afford to dine there, it was a really great place and famous. And my father used to take me there. When we were the family was going to go to the beach, we would go to the Toll House, and we would meet, his name was, I don't know what his real name was. He was known as Czar Nichols. He was the Iceman. The Iceman was a person who drove around in a truck. Previous to that, he drove around with a horse and buggy, and he would sell you with this huge block of ice. And Dad would take that and chip it all up and put it in the metal cooler, and we would take that to the beach. But when I was at the Toll House, I would get a free hot chocolate chip cookie. So I do miss the Toll House. And the second one was, and my wife was just talking about this today, I was reading that in Brockton in the early 1900s, so say 100 years ago, there were 275 grocery stores. They were all little neighborhood things, and Whitman had them too. Whitman had at least 3 little grocery stores, plus the A&P, which is what passed for a supermarket back in the day. And I really miss that because it was cute. You would call your order in. Well, I guess they do that now with the supermarket too, but you called your order in and you would say, I would like one of these, 2 of those, pound of that. And then the same guy, Czar Nichols, would come along in his truck carrying a cardboard box full of everything you ordered, and our family of 3, mother, father, me, a couple of cats, dog, would pay, hang on, $35 a week for groceries.
Wow.
Yeah, the first 2 minutes I'm in the supermarket now and I've got this many things, it's $35. So I miss the little grocery stores and I miss the Toll House.
Who was the most impressive Whitman resident you knew and why?
Oh, there's a tough one. Other than relatives, I'm going to say my wife's father, who is Skitty Cassoni, Alaramo Cassoni. He was a Boy Scout from the time he came to America from Italy. He was a lone scout. That means you didn't have a troop to belong to. He couldn't belong to the Boy Scouts because he was a Catholic and they met in the Protestant church. So he was a lone scout, and he was always a lone scout, but he continued to be a Boy Scout his whole life. He was a taxidermist. That means if you shot something, you bring it to Skitty and Skitty would mount it. That's sort of gross to me, but anyway, that's one thing he did. He worked in the dear old shoe factory, worked there for 50 years, and same job, 50 years, same thing. He could make, like my dad, Herb Tingblad, both of them could fix anything, make anything out of nothing. And not educated, neither of them. Neither of them had the ability to go to high school. They couldn't do that. They had to quit school to get a job in the shoe factory, probably. So I'm gonna go with Skitty Cassoni. He was a very, very impressive Whitmanite.
Right. In your opinion, what has changed the most in Whitman, good or bad?
Well, I don't know everybody anymore. You used to walk down the street and say, hi, I know you, I know your grandmother, I knew everybody. Most people I meet on the street, I say hi, or I smile at them, but there's a lot more people. Is that good or bad? It's probably good because the town makes more money in taxes. It's probably bad because of the aforementioned, I don't know everybody anymore. It's crowded. But not where I live, but other parts of the town.
If you could have any wish, what would you bring to Whitman now? What would it be and why?
Oh, you're right. My wife whispers to me, Whitman needs to have an historical museum. Most of the other towns have them. And I know a lot of stuff has been accumulated over the years. Mr. Campbell had a great museum. So yeah, we definitely need to have that.
What has been your involvement with the All Saints Church?
Oh, heavens. I always say I was born there. Not literally, but I was baptized there, and my parents plunked me down in the second pew on the left-hand side. I've been there ever since. I've been on and off we call it the vestry. It's the board of governors of the church. Since I was 18, I was an altar boy. Now we call it a LEM, Lay Eucharistic Minister. That just means we help the minister. And let me see, I'm the church historian, I'm the church clerk. That means I write things down when we have meetings. And I help my lovely wife, who keeps the place in spotless order. So yeah, I've had a lot of involvement with good old All Saints Church, which is only a little tiny place.
Yeah. Has it changed much?
All Saints changed much. We used to have a lot more people come.
I did.
Yeah, because that's the problem with religion in general nowadays. I guess there's a lot less people that are interested in that. And the way that the words that we use in the services, we're Episcopalians, that means we use the Book of Common Prayer. And they change the wording on that every few decades. And me being an old coot, I kind of like to leave it the way it is because I like the language. I remember my favorite class here was English. So I'm very interested in language and how words are used. But yeah, that's about it on that subject, I think.
All right. Was there any questions I didn't ask that you would want to be asked?
I think did you come up with these questions? They're really good. They're really comprehensive. Or was there a committee?
It was a committee.
There was a committee.
Yeah, it was a committee.
Yeah. No, I think it was great.
Well, thank you, Richard Tingblad, for being here, and thank you for watching.